Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Gerard here, as always, with your 3T Podcast official YouTube channel. We're in the middle of a thunderstorm and all, so excuse the quality and assorted thunder noises you might hear. Oh, Thor on cue delivers, right? It's Wednesday, which means our Raw and Smackdown QuickTake reviews. The good, the bad, and the ugly of WWE programming this week. We're about a week or so away from SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer, according to WWE. And now we're going to jump right into it with our Raw Quick Take review. Now for the ugly, no mention of the Raw or SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, the Iconics. I guess we don't need another title on television. Maybe they shouldn't even have this title in the first place. If you can't find television time within 5 hours of a week. You know, you have 3 hour Raw, 2 hour SmackDown, and you still can't find time for this title. Not good. Bad. I didn't like Seth Rollins fighting Dolph Ziggler. I thought they could have done that with The Miz here. And I get why they did it with the Brock angle that took place after the fact. But if Miz is feuding with Ziggler, right, shouldn't he be the one to stand up for Shawn Michaels? Or hell, maybe have Shawn Michaels attack him on Raw? But that's more of a nitpick more than a bad to me, because the angle that happened afterwards with Brock Lesnar whooping on Seth Rollins for a good 15 minutes from in the ring, 3 F5s on the chair, or 2 F5s, something like that, and then brutalizing him backstage. Yeah. And then we had more fun with the 24/7 title. A pregnant woman is now the 24/7 champion. Maybe someone should call Gene Snitsky. You know, he kicked the baby into the crowd a couple years back. Pretty sure he'll take the title off her. He's not afraid to do that, right? And then what I liked most about Raw this week was the ending angle, which included Roman Reigns, the Usos, Cedric Alexander, Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, and the Good Brothers, Anderson and Gallows. Yeah. By the way, that gauntlet match that they had earlier with Ricochet winning was very cool. They had a couple angles, including Andrade ripping the face off. Not the face. That would be kind of barbaric. But the mask. Figurative face. A mask. Off Rey Mysterio. You might be seeing that coming along in the future. Ricochet is going to be fighting AJ Styles for the title at SummerSlam. I know I was getting on to my favorite part of Raw, but I felt the need to rewind it a bit for that. This today. I would go back and watch that if I were you guys. I would also watch the Triple Threat Tag Team title match, which is very good, with Anderson and Gallows winning the titles. Right now, everything's lining up. The club has all the belts. Baby. Thor agrees with me, by the way. But now back to what I was saying. The angle was pretty cool. It started off as a way to pull Roman away from protecting Seth from the Brock Lesnar attack in the ambulance. By the way, he got F5'd on a stretcher. Coughing, spitting up blood. Pretty cool angle. I liked it. Delivered a point to how barbaric Brock is willing to be to keep the Universal title. And then that brawl ruined the Samoan Summit. I don't think anybody was worried about that. That brawl lasted toward the end of the show. You had Cedric Alexander running to save Roman. Then Anderson and Gallows got involved. The Usos got involved. Big brawl. Cedric jumps off the Titantron area and laid everyone out. They got back in the ring. The good guys stand tall. I'm hoping at SummerSlam they build up to an 8-man tag match here. I think it would be a perfect way to do it. You could have technically 3 matches out of it with McIntyre, Alexander, the Good Brothers versus the Usos, and Roman versus Joe. But I think the better option would be, like, I'm not saying War Games, but I would love to see a War Games match with these 8 individuals. I think that would be very interesting. But I don't think they'll do it, since that seems to be like NXT's idea. For my Raw rating, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Another solid week of Raw. Raw. Mind in the gutter. But it was a pretty good episode of Raw. Now let's get into SmackDown, the ugly. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, the Iconics and the Women's Tag Team titles being no mention. 5 hours of television, you barely get a name drop from the Women's Tag Team titles. Horrible. You can't be doing that, right? These titles were supposed to mean something special to the women's division, and it kind of feels like they're backed up a little bit. Now the bad, I didn't like the whole Bayley Ember Moon thing that they went with this week. They had her lose to Bliss. Ember Moon, yeah, she had a good run on NXT, but on the main roster, she hasn't had much success. and you're trying to build her up as a credible challenger by losing to Bliss. Doesn't make any sense. I really think they should go away with this and try to build up Ember Moon as a credible challenger to the title first. Because right now, this looks like they're just throwing this match in just to throw the match in. Now, I liked some parts of SmackDown. I liked the Trish Stratus Charlotte Flair thing. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but it was pretty funny. And it's kind of ironic seeing this angle happening in Toronto. I forgot who it was on Instagram made the parallel to Rock and Hogan, which occurred at WrestleMania in Toronto. Very similar build up to this. I like this match. A dream match of sorts, you could say, right? I also love the Orton storyline backstage promo they did with that when it came to Kofi Kingston. I like the build up. Love that you're referencing both their history in WWE as well as their personal history between each other since 2009. That match should main event SummerSlam if it was me booking it, right? Now, the AJ match was pretty good. Kofi got the win. Camera work was horrible at the end of it. You missed all the spots. You missed the Trouble in Paradise countering the phenomenal forearm. Now, the end SmackDown was very weirdly done. Roman Reigns got stuff falling on him. We don't know who did it. I didn't do it. Did you do it? Right? The acting wasn't pretty good in this. I know it's pro wrestling, and it's kind of what you have to expect of pro wrestling. It's not going to win an Oscar, right? Well, I'll see where this angle goes. I hope this is more of a long-term thing and not a short-term thing that they're trying to build within 2 weeks of SummerSlam. For SmackDown, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Very average at best SmackDown. I hope to see more in the future. I know there's a lot of rewrite issues that were coming with this. But yeah, average episode. Not much there to really pick and choose here, but we'll see going forward. That's it for our Raw and Smackdown Quick Take reviews for this week. You know, I like, comment, subscribe. Links below to all our social media. And tune in next time. Also got a cool announcement. I'm probably going to start a a career recap sort of thing where we review a wrestler and I bring up his history and stuff and where he stands. I talked about it in our last podcast episode. Segue, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and TuneIn Radio. Our new episode is out now. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you listen to that, you know who's we're going to be covering in our first career profile. I'm still trying to think of a very clever name for this, but it's going to be the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Go Ace. And that's all for now. Gerard here from the 3T Crew signing off.